Yeah, okay, Adam, feel good? Okay, so feel free to welcome Adam to the stage.
Quick check, is anybody here over 90 years old? No, okay, that would have been handy, but never mind. Now, various people say that e to the I pi equals -1 is the most beautiful equation in all of mathematics. At least one person in this room today has said that, on the contrary, he believes this may be the most beautiful equation in all of mathematics. Now, the title of my talk is Roman Mathematics, but I don't mean ancient Rome, I mean modern Rome. It may also apply to Paris, Madrid and Lisbon, but I don't know as much about those. Why might you care? Yes, this is one of my weird obsessions, but if you have anything to do with entrance exams, placement tests, colleagues, students or their parents from foreign countries, science communication activists with an international audience working overseas, or you want to investigate this for countries other than Italy, some of what I'm about to say might actually matter. I have some objectives: awareness of two different things, self-consciousness for the rest of your life, and my desire to have information from you. In 1990, so this isn't quite ancient Rome, I gave a talk at Rome University where my final answer to a calculation was 1¼ so I wrote 1¼ on the blackboard, and every single person present, and there were 30 plus people there who were maths students and graduates at Rome University, all agreed that my answer of 1/4 was wrong, and why had I written it in such an eccentric way? So I said, well, it's a mixed number. And they said, this notation doesn't exist, what are you talking about? You've made it up. We don't believe you. If you don't bring a book with an example of this in it, we're all going to call you a liar. Now, I'm not inviting people to laugh at Italians. That's not the point of the exercise. This is one of the disclaimers. I'm not making fun of Italians. It's a situation we have to deal with. So I went to somebody in the education bit of the maths department, and he said, well, they're all too young. To have done mixed numbers at school, they'd have to be at least 30 years older than you. Mixed numbers vanished at some point in the 40s or 50s. Why? Don't know. Something fascism, something? Possibly. Really nobody has come up with a clear answer to this one for me. So, in the last 2 years I've found out a lot more about this. Various Italians have told me that everything in this talk is wrong, but they will disagree about in what way it is, so I'll have to live with it. There's a maths site a bit like the A periodical called Mad Maths, and they hosted an article by me last year about international variations in maths notation, and they were so amused by this equation that they changed the front image of the site to this. And this led to feedback like, this image should be removed for the good of the teacher. How do you know if it's a sum or a product? Which books use this? I've never seen it before. And this is maths graduates, maths teachers, people who hang out on maths websites. Also, I have a degree in maths, but I first learned this in the UK. I'd never seen this until I went to work for an international school. I had never seen this until I started tutoring people for the university admissions exams, and it's the #1 topic people ask about. And the best answer ever, it's a special notation used in combinatorial game theory. Some people, in response to this, said that mixed numbers were evil, some said that they were immoral. So I did some digging. I went to talk to the oldest Italian I know. He's 89. He said, well, I started school in 1936. We never did mixed numbers. So whoever said at least 30 years older than you is probably underestimating. I googled the expression 2 2/3 in words, and I got 6.5 million hits, and in Italian I got 59,000. Back in 1990, some Italians said things like, I just thought 5 1/4 and 3 1/2 in statistics were their names. I didn't think they meant anything. The 89-year-old says you can't actually say them. They're not even Italian, but some younger people say you can say them but you can't write them. I've got a book from 1937 which has mixed numbers in it, and it's the most recent Italian maths textbook that anyone's been able to find for me that contains them, although, see later. They do exist in the wild, here are some examples. So it's not true. And do people in Milan think this train is due in 5 minutes? No, they don't. Do people think this is an advert for a 2-room house? No, they don't. They also show up in shoes and recipes. I've had different people say that they're so obvious there's no need to explain them, but they're also so confusing you should never show them to anybody. And also, you give me an excuse to burn some of my colleagues in middle school alive. Now, mathsjam does not condone burning people alive. I just want to be clear about that. I have students who arrive with this stuff in their heads in middle school. I learned this when my children went to middle school. So something is going on in middle schools in Italy at the moment, and they all blame Finland. A book was translated from Finnish in 1998, which has mixed numbers in it because Finland is a mixed number country, and they left that bit in, even though Italy isn't a mixed number country. Several people claim that this is what has led to a slight reintroduction of mixed numbers in Italy. I don't know if it's true. If you want to know more about this whole sorry mess and some other weird examples of special cases and so on, come and talk to me afterwards.